That's right.
Been here for the spring, and you've been here for fall camp now. What do you think about your time in Fayetteville? Is it everything you thought it would be when you signed up for this?
Yeah, man, it's been great. Exciting to be, at Arkansas. It's everything I thought it would be and more. Good players, good people. The town has been great. Me and my wife and my family, we've been enjoying it. So everything I expected.
About the hand you've been dealt with the cornerbacks, and you work with Nichols too, I guess.
Yeah, yes, sir.
What are your thoughts on that group?
Some really good players. We got a veteran group. They played a bunch of ball. The nickel spot, Slush played a bunch of ball. On the back end, we got a bunch of guys. We moved Malik Chavis to corner. He's been playing since the spring at corner. So veteran group. Hud's been doing outstanding. Dede's been doing outstanding. Kyrie Johnson, Kewan Park, all those guys have been playing great. So we got a veteran group. We do.
Ask you about Malik. We've been seeing him with the ones on fastball starts. I don't know if that carries over into the team, but
right.
What is it about his game that he's been improving on?
He's very athletic. I mean, 6'3", long, 200 pounds, can run and jump. Every single opportunity Malik gets to play corner, he gets better. So every single day he lines up at corner, he gets better. I think he's a pro if he buys into the technique and the fundamentals and gets it from the neck up. He'll be a good player. He's long, athletic. He's big. He's strong. So fastball starts. He has been going to ones, but it's still a competition.
Okay. So he and Hudson we've seen with the ones the most. Who's kind of in the mix in the rotation right?
Right now it's Dede, it's Hud, it's Malik, it's Nudie, Dwight. They're four guys in the mix. Kewan, Kyrie, all those guys been competing, but the ones and twos right now have been those four guys. Talking about Hudson Clark, he's a good player. I mean, he's athletic, he's long, and he's smart, cerebral. I mean, Hud's been doing a really good job in camp. He's been doing a good job.
Coach, was looking through your bio a little bit earlier. Not too long ago, you were with DBs at UAM.
Yeah, that's right.
High school just before that. Just what's your coaching journey been like to get to this point?
It's been great. Been a humble one, but it's been great. Monticello, I enjoyed my time down there. I was there in 2016. I played bowl was one season. Then from there, I was at Tennessee Martin for 2 years. I had to enjoy my time at Tennessee Martin. Then I was a DC at Austin Peay for a season and a half, then COVID, and then Marshall. So my journey's been a fast one, but it's been a grind and a humble one. I've learned a lot along the way. A lot of great coaches, coaching great players, and I wouldn't change a minute of it.
Learned about yourself along the way?
Patience. Patience. I will tell a quick story. Back in 2017, I interviewed for the Southern Miss job, and I didn't get it. And I wasn't ready for it. I thought it was. Obviously I knew scheme and schematics and that kind of stuff, but mentally I wasn't ready for it. So, you got to sit back and wait your time. And when the time is right, opportunity presents. Like me and Odom, it was a weird situation. I met Odom back in Memphis, and then it comes full circle, and it's weird. So I enjoyed the whole process of it.
You mentioned Nudie a minute ago. Could you just expand on his game, what he brings, and just kind of what you like about him? Guys in the spring we're talking about, he's brought kind of a swagger about him.
Yeah, he brings, for one, the SEC experience. He, started at LSU. He's tough. He's a competitor. He's long. He's smart. He's played a bunch of ball as well. So he does bring that confidence in the room. When he walks in the room, he's going to let you know he's the best guy in the room, So Nudie's a good player. We're glad he's on our team. He competes his butt off. So Nudie has been a huge asset to us.
Coach, looking at the other side of the ball, the wide receivers, is there anybody that's jumped out to you, maybe particularly hard for you guys to cover?
Yeah, man, Landry's he's a good player. He's fast, he's long, he's big. He's a good player. Hazelwood been doing a great job. Those guys have been the two guys who stood out and who made some plays in fall camp so far. They're doing a good job. KG does a good job with their whole group.
At cornerback, some of the younger guys that you got, like Kewan or some of those guys that are
Kewan is tough. He's having a great camp. He competes. He knows what to do. He's tough. He's cerebral. Kyrie Johnson has also been having a really good camp. He playing some nickel. He playing some corner, but when he's out there, he competes. And more or less, it's about getting it from the neck up. The athletic piece of it is good, but you have to be detailed in your technique. And obviously, it's a demanding position with the progression. And so the mental piece of it is the most important piece. Athletically, we got the best guys in the country, I think, but we have to make sure we're locked in and doing our job every single play.
Coach, I talked to a couple of recruits of yours. They talk about, one of the reasons that they choose Arkansas is because of Dominique Bowman. I'm curious. You talked about how it's been a fast journey to get here. How has recruiting helped you to get here?
I think in terms of evaluating talent, Arkansas Monticello, you go out and recruit players. UT Martin, you go out and recruit players. I think, being a high school coach, being a great teacher, being able to, you're a high school coach, no matter who walks in the room, little Johnny, you got to be able to teach him something. You know what I mean? So obviously being able to evaluate or predict what a guy can do, and then just being myself, I just be me. I tell guys all the time, hey, I'm a high school guy. I'm still trying to get it like you're trying to get it, and for a long time, we had a lot in common. Nick Saban don't want me, he didn't want you either. So we're fine, so yeah, like it is what it is, so I just be me, and I guess I can relate to him.
Well, I had a question for you about the nickel slot. So what is it about Miles Slusher's makeup, whatever talent that makes him a good nickel? And then can you talk maybe about the depth behind him, who all's in the mix?
Yeah, Miles Slusher, that position in itself is one of the toughest position in our scheme schematically. You got to blitz, right? You got to set edges like you got to play corner. So it's a linebacker, a corner, and a safety all in one. So obviously if it's odd space, you got to set edges. If it's 4 down, you got to be the one to make a tackle. You got to play some man-free coverages on it. You play quarters, you apex, the whole nine. So Miles Slusher is a smart player. So I feel like he's one of our best DBs. He can play corner, he can play safety, he can play outside backer, which is the nickel spot. So Trent Gordon has been doing a really good job at that in the spring as well. And a young guy, Jalen Lewis, he's physical, he's smart. In the spring for Jalen, I think it was going a little too fast for him. But once he understands the scheme and now the game starts to slow down for him, now you see him make a bunch of more plays, setting edges. He's already physical, but he's going 1,000 miles per hour in the wrong direction at first. So now the game slowed down for him. Now he's showing up on the film.
Where will Ja'Cory Turner fit in when he's back?
Yeah, Ja'Cory Turner will be right in the mix when he's back healthy. He's out there now in the green jersey, but he wants to get out there. He wants to get in 7-on-7. He wants to get in 1-on-1s. Ja'Cory is another one. He's smart. He's big. He's strong. He's not the fastest guy, but he's cerebral. He knows where to fit. The back's away. He knows how to line the back to him. He thinks, so he understands what goes on. So Ja'Cory is also one of the guys who will be in the mix.
We saw or heard about Hudson's 2-minute drill pick on day one against KJ.
That's right, yeah.
Big play for you guys. Can you maybe speak about other flash plays that you've seen from your group?
From my group, Jaden Catalan, obviously, he's a safety, but I coach, we all together. So he's made a ton of plays. Hudson made a ton of plays. Malik Chavis made a bunch of plays. I can't think of one single play like that one because it was a one-handed catch that Hud made, to seal the 2-minute deal. So, but off the top of my head, I can't think of one play in particular, no.
Connection with Barry. Did he reach out to you about this, or did you reach out to him, or kind of what was the dynamic there?
Yeah, so Barry Odom was the defensive coordinator in Memphis back when I was at Cordova High School. So obviously, me, I go up to the school and work camps and talk ball with those guys. So when the opportunity presented itself, I had a couple things going on, but Barry Odom did reach out to me. And once I saw Barry Odom, he sent me a message to call him. I was at another spot interviewing at like 7 a.m. I went in the bathroom and saw it. And I was like, I hope I don't get this one. I want to be with Barry, and so he was like, what are you doing? I said, I'm in the airport. He was like, all right, don't take a job until you talk to me, And so it worked out. And I love Barry. He trusts me. And he believes in me. And he gave me an opportunity to be in the SEC with him. And so Barry is a huge part, as well as Coach Pittman, but Barry's the one who gave me the opportunity to come and work with him.
You guys, you were there at the high school, and did he ever say to you, hey, I might be calling you sometime for a job, or did you get that vibe from him? Or
no, I don't really go in looking for a job. I just work. He never told me that, but we, good job, coach, and you're a good coach, that kind of deal. I never thought about it. Like, what, 2013? I don't remember when it was, 12, whatever. No, he never told me when to hire me. I didn't think that. It's just how it works. It come full circle. But over the years we text and keep in touch, and good luck. And I post some stuff on Twitter, he'll respond to it. And, good job, coach. I ran a drill yesterday, whatever the case may be. And so I didn't know it was going to be open, and he opened up. And, I'm from Forest City, Arkansas. My parents was born in Forest City. I was born in Forest City. I moved to Memphis as a, adolescent, but my dad and my parents and everybody is, this is no brainer. This is the best job in the country for me, so I was excited to get the opportunity.
You mentioned Trent Gordon. He's a guy we hadn't heard much about. He was hurt last
That's
year,
right.
but I guess he's running second team. How's he doing? And is he a guy that could get in the mix?
Oh, absolutely. The thing is this: we're going to have to play a bunch of guys. We're going to need everybody in that room at some capacity. But Trent in particular, he's been doing a great job. In the spring, Trent was, banged up a little bit. Then last season, he's banged up a little bit. He's got stronger. He's got faster. And this fall camp, day 4, he's been doing a really good job. And he's in the mix for sure.
Which every fall camp, it seems like players are talking about their off-season conditioning programs, but it seems like players this year have really lauded what Coach Walker has done. So since you're new, I'm just curious if there's anything that you saw from how Coach Walker approached that off-season strength and conditioning and what kind of makes that unique.
Oh, yeah, Coach Walker and those guys do a great job. One thing is unique about him is he has a unique ability to get the whole team to buy in. He walks in the room, the whole team responds to him, and that's the kind of the strength coaches with the football team the whole summer. So he's kind of like the head coach in the summertime, and so he kind of get them all ready and greased up and in shape and hand them over to us. We just do the football piece of it. So he's done a tremendous job of getting those guys ready to go, and they're in shape. They're strong. They're fast. Guys lost weight. Guys got pigger. Keywan Parker put on some weight. Hudson Clark is ripped up. Simeon Blair, all those guys are looking like different people, So he's done a tremendous job of getting those guys ready to go.
Coach, we've seen you on the practice field, I guess, for a while now, but how would you kind of describe your coaching style or what ways do you use to reach your guys?
I would say I'm high energy, on the field, high energy, in the classroom, detailed, demanding. I'm not saying it's easy to play for me. I expect a lot. The standard is a standard, but I'm a player's coach. I just try to be Dominique Bowman. I don't try to be anybody else, try to find a way to reach every individual. Obviously when you're teaching the guy, everybody learns differently. So being a high school coach, being a high school teacher, I think obviously I'm a great teacher. I think I'm top herd, and so on the grass, it's nothing better fit in the world to go on the grass every day and coach. I'm living a dream. So you get one opportunity to do this deal. So I go out there in the grass and I coach hard every day, So obviously I tell my guys, I'm going to bring it every single day. We got the rope. I'm holding the rope. You holding the rope. We're going to meet our destination. I'm never going to let it go. So I can't come out there one day. If I come out there without any juice, I say, Coach Bo, what's going on? So I got to try to bring it every day to get my guys going. So I guess, that's who I am.
Shout out to your parents. Are they still in Fort City?
No, they're in Memphis now. They're in Memphis.
Okay.
Yes,
So you mind passing along their names? I want to mention.
Yeah, Dennis and Deshae Bowman.
How do you spell Deshae?
Deshay.
Are they longtime Razorback fans?
Absolutely.
Where do their loyalties go?
No, Razorbacks all day. My dad's I was telling when I walked over, I grew up, I'm a basketball player at heart, so I grew up a Nolan Richardson fan, 60 Minutes of Hell, right? So Cornerbacks, Scotty Thurman, all those guys, we watching those guys play. So they from, Corey's from Memphis, but, I grew up watching those guys. So when I got the job, I had 2 million phone calls from talking about tickets and all that. I'm like, I ain't even got there yet, but they was fired up about it. So
Question about Ladarius. I think he started 7 or 9 games last year. What's his status coming back from injury, and what do you project him for?
Yeah, in the spring he was a little banged up, but this fall camp he's back healthy. He's back strong. He's running well. He's had a great 4 days of camp. We got a bunch of competition in that room. I'm telling you, there's some good players in that room. With Day-Day and Nudie and Hud and Malik and Kyrie and Keywan, all those guys are competing at a high level, But Day-Day, we're expecting Day-Day. We're going to need Day-Day to play at a high level for us to be successful. I'm not saying going to start or not start, but we're going to need him to play. We play different packages. We play 6 guys at a time, so we're going to need Day-Day to play at a high level.
I know she said 60 minutes of hell. I didn't know if you meant to say 40 or if that's a
football. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Or is that a football version?
That's football, but 40 minutes. Yeah, 20 and 20. There you go. Yeah, there you go. 40 minutes. Full court pressure the whole time.
Coach, you've mentioned being a high school teacher a couple of times. Do you mind sharing what you taught?
Yeah, I taught PE. So I was like, my wife, she's a real teacher. She's a math teacher. She tell me all the time, you wasn't really a teacher, but I was high school PE. She teach math. Well, she's a math teacher. Yeah, thank you. Yeah,